Penn Scholars is, this sounds this is friend to friend. Some of them, when they start to get a little way successful, you start to think, it's like
Good morning. Thank you for attending the Board of Works and Public Safety meeting of Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. I know for the record we do have a quorum. Would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Are there any petitions or comments by citizens who are present? Seeing none, I'll make a comment. Patty, our street director, is here today. She's been very busy this winter, and I just wanted to congratulate her and tell her what a great job she did on snow removal.
Thank you very much. It was the team.
The team makes the dream work. Moving on to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. There's no amendments today, so. Whew, that's twice. Okay, motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. On to the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. On to new items for discussion. Item 1, board to consider requests for additional leave time, 2 additional leave times for the benefit of 2 city employees. Erica Silence.
Good morning, Board. I'm Erica Silence, Human Resources Specialist for the City of Noblesville. I'm here on behalf of 2 employees to request additional leave, as we discussed in the executive session. Any questions at this time?
I move for approval of the request for additional leave time for 2 city employees.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Erica.
Thank you. Great job, Erica.
Yes.
Thank you.
Item 2, board to consider permission to conduct paid tour of Riverside Cemetery. Evan Lees, Kevin Yaney.
Hi, guys. I, for the 3rd year, am asking permission to lead a Civil War walking tour through Riverside Cemetery. We're going to do that on September 19th. We do that in conjunction with the Preservation Alliance Historic Tour, home tour, and that worked out really well doing that last year. The one thing that we're doing differently is Noblesville Preservation Alliance, since it was on that history weekend, has suggested that we charge a ticket fee for adults. They are doing so. So we are making that change or requesting that change this year. $10 per adult, 12 kids 12 and under would be free. Do you have any questions?
And Evelyn, it's public ground there, but since they're having a paid tour, is that why they need permission to go into the cemetery?
Well, by our city code, anything besides burials needs permission from
Gotcha.
the board. Normally, I'd put this on consent, but because there was the fee charged and it was different this year.
Okay, very good.
As a past attendee, I appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
I move for approval of the permission to conduct paid tour of Riverside Cemetery in September.
Second?
Motion is second. As a future resident of there, I also appreciate what you do.
We'll pay homage when the time comes. Thank you.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thanks.
Thanks, Kevin. Item 3, board to consider declaration of surplus seminary park playground equipment. Savannah Wines.
Good morning.
Morning. Morning.
You should have a rendering in front of you that looks like this that was included with your packet. In the spring last year, we met a family through the Parks Foundation's tree and bench program, where you can get a tree or a bench that you can just donate or commemorate to somebody. And as we got to know this donor, they wanted to donate a piece of playground equipment to Seminary Park, and we started working with them and walking them through what that looked like, and it turned into a full turnkey playground that they would like to donate to the city. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. And we are now at the stage where we're ready to move forward with install. We've ordered it, the donor has ordered it, and it should be here within the next couple weeks. So the current existing equipment we have vetted. It is almost 30 years old. It is safe where it is at, but once it's pulled out of the ground, it can no longer be used for public use. So we would like to surplus it.
Well, I think it's beautiful, but I do miss the metal slides that I had
You got a little burn on?
in 1978.
120 degrees.
So, I mean, I hope that one's in a museum. That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
a torture chamber. So when you put this surplus, you're not gonna sell it, you're gonna just get rid of it or donate it or?
It can't, once it's pulled out of the ground, so right now it's grandfathered into compliance of safety standards, but
Yeah.
once it's pulled out, it's no longer in up to code safety standards, so it can't be placed anywhere else. If somebody wanted it in their backyard, sure, they could come grab it, but it can't go anywhere that the
Yeah.
public would touch it.
I'd be interested in one of those little horses you.
There's not one of those at that playground. If I find one,
Okay,
yeah,
keep me in mind.
I got you.
Savannah, the donor is putting some focus on accessibility, which is awesome.
Yes.
Is there plenty of handicap parking to meet the focus on?
That is a great question. So Seminary does have, I know this is not a great picture, but along, I can't think of the road names, there is just regular standard parking there, but there's not a parking lot at all for this playground. But that is something that we can look into as we move forward, but we did not change any parking for this project.
There's really only
I think there's,
parking on Hannibal and,
Hannibal.
and 10th Street, isn't there?
Yes.
Offloading a wheelchair, accessible person on parallel parking is a challenge.
I will look into that to see if we could do something
I'm not
with the
saying anything
sidewalk.
special, but just some designated spot would be nice.
No, absolutely.
Thank you.
That's a good idea.
And thank the people that donated.
Oh, it's
It's
outstanding.
amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
I'd move for approval of the declaration of surplus Seminary Park playground equipment.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. On to item 4, board to consider amendment number 1 to the service agreement with Gaylord Electric for electrical update and connection to control panel for golf course irrigation system at Fox Prairie. Savannah.
So last year, we planned to replace the irrigation panel, which is the computerized system, because the existing one was over 30 years old and it was just time. So that panel is placed, and then they do electric out a little bit. But then that electric is upgraded and more advanced than what was existing. So we had Gaylord doing a section that would connect the new panel to our existing electric. And there was one wire that we just were having a lot of trouble with. And so we started digging and we started digging, and we found that there are some splice failures, and this was originally just pulled through the ground. So there are some spots where it was stripped and it's weak. So we need to dig up the entire wire and replace it. That way it can attach to the pump and function properly.
Did you ever consider an extension cord?
No, I did not. That's a great idea.
Okay. Well, if this doesn't work out, any discussion?
I move to approve the amendment number 1 to the services agreement with Gaylord Electric for electrical update and connection to the control panel for the golf course irrigation system at Fox Prairie. That's a mouthful.
I know.
Jeez.
That's why nobody
I know.
jumped in.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. On to item 5, board to consider amendment number 1 to the service agreement with Perry Well Drilling for irrigation system pump motor replacement at Fox Prairie. Savannah.
So last fall, we came to you because the pump on our motor, which we have 2 motors and 2 pumps out at Fox Prairie that irrigate all 27 holes. This is the main one, and it was failing. It was barely putting any pressure, if it was putting any pressure at all. This pump is 16 years old.
an average lifespan, we'd say it would be like 10 to 15 years, but on a golf course, because it's pumping so much more, we're probably around 7 or 8 years. So when we dug this up, the pump did fail, the motor did fail, but the hydraulic pump end also is failing. That is about 12 years old. And then there are several wires that stick out of it. So wire number 6 is also having one of those issues where it is just stripped and weak and we're not able to connect it to the wire that connects it back to the irrigation panel.
You know, the reoccurring theme here, Savannah, is once you start digging,
Yes,
things, quit digging.
but it's all happening at once, so we can just, connect it. It's great.
Okay, yeah.
But yes, we'll quit digging after this.
Connect it with Amendment 1.
Do you know if Perrywell was the contractor involved back then?
So they were the contractor, so they were the ones who have pulled it out, and they've been working on it since then to try to get it back. So it's the same project.
But they weren't the original install.
They were back in I thought I put it on here. Yes,
They
16
were?
years ago, yes. And they were the ones who fixed the hydraulic 12 years ago as well, and replaced it with something that was a little bit more powerful.
Thank you. Move for approval of amendment number 1 to the service agreement with Perrywell Drilling for irrigation system pump motor replacement.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Savannah. Item 6, board to consider permission to issue requests for proposals for the 2026 right-of-way mowing. Patty Johnson.
This is the standard request that I come to you with every year for right-of-way mowing, to go out for request for proposal.
Move for approval of the permission to request for proposals for the 2026 right-of-way mowing.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 7, board to consider permission to issue requests for proposals for the 2026 right-of-way landscaping. Patty Johnson.
Again, this is the standard request that I come to you with every year for our right-of-way landscaping.
Patty, on this one, or the previous, I guess, in general, anything new this year? I know you've kind of hunted and pecked for the, what to include and what not to, and experimented with different.
I don't think there's anything new on either one of these. We might have dropped a couple from the mowing that were picked up on a different contract that the maintenance department's doing for properties that aren't really in the right-of-way but are city-owned.
I move to approve permission to issue requests for proposals for the 2026 right-of-way landscaping.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you,
Thank
Patty.
you.
Item 8, board to consider temporary closure of the east alley for Solera Market. Renee Gully.
Good morning. Morning. Before you is a request from Brooke Asher to host a new event called Solara Market. This is a multi-vendor market that they would like to bring to Noblesville in the East Alley. The event will be held on Saturday, September 19th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Setup will begin at 8 a.m. Vendors will have tables and displays set up in the alley. The committee recommends approval of this request.
Move to approve. Oh, go ahead.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the temporary closure of the east alley for Solera Market. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Renee. Item 9, board to consider approval to repair return pump through Xylem Water Solutions USA. Kristen Parker.
Good morning.
Xylem.
Xylem. I was going to correct you.
I was close.
You were close. We're requesting approval to repair one of the plant's return sewage pumps through Xylem Water Solutions. They are the pump manufacturer and the sole repair representative for the pump. Plant staff will be removing the pump, shipping it to Xylem's factory. They will be repairing it and returning it to us. The cost of the repair is $33,498.90.
I
Move to-
noticed
Go ahead.
you're in the cop car storage business.
We are. Did you notice that?
Since last time they were vandalized at a different location.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
It's good- it's a good
We are
news.
hosting the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe they can kick in and buy this pump. Well, maybe not. Is there any further discussion?
Move to approve the repair return pump through Xylem Water Solutions USA.
Second.
Motion is second. She didn't have any problem with Xylem. I did. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. On to item 10, board to consider change order number 1 to service agreement with Central Industrial Contractors for repair of digester tube at wastewater treatment plant. Kristen.
We are requesting a change order for our contract with Central Industrial Contractors. They quoted the repair on the digester tube. They were not able to descend into the tube, so they did not, once the repair started, the extent of the repair was double what, the extent of the damage was double what they originally thought. So the original price of the service agreement was $28,500. This change order is for $26,182. We do have another tube that we are going to need to be replaced, so we are currently emptying that tank completely, going to wash it out, so when we receive quotes, they can descend into the tube first, so we can get a better quote.
Move for approval of change order number 1 to service agreement with Central Industrial Contractors for repair of digester tube at wastewater treatment plant.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. On to item 11, board to consider approval of service agreement with Baker Tilly Advisory Group, LP. Kristen.
Did you skip one? Okay. Approval for on-call service agreement with Baker Tilly. We currently have an MSA with Baker Tilly. They split their company into 2 groups. This new MSA is for the Baker Tilly Advisory Group, and then our old one is with Baker Tilly US. The Baker Tilly Advisory Group will include work related to sewage work, revenue bond issuance, study analysis, capital planning, and any advisory work required.
Will they necessarily direct business towards their other side, or they might create RFPs and things for going out?
No,
They're basically doing the same thing they were
basically
doing.
the same thing they were doing, it's just under 2 different names.
Yeah. They
So
worked it.
one type of work will be done under the advisory group, and then the Baker Tilly US, which is what they were prior to the name change, they're doing more reporting.
I see.
Yeah, doing reports and that, and then the bond issuance and all of that is under the advisory group.
Thank you.
Move to approve board to consider approval of services agreement with Baker Tilly Advisory Group LLP.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. On to item 12, board to consider permission to advertise for bids for North Harbor Drive and Dorchester Drive Storm Sewer Improvements Project. Kristen Parker.
This project will make improvements to the storm sewer system in several problem areas in North Harbor along North Harbor Drive and Dorchester Drive. Utilities has been coordinating with the golf course and the HOA to determine the most problematic areas and to get the schedule so it doesn't disrupt the golf course as much.
Move for approval to give permission to advertise for bids for North Harbor Drive and Dorchester Drive Storm Sewer Improvement Project.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kristen. Item 13, board to consider permission to advertise for bids for the Mill Creek Road over Sly Run Culvert Replacement Project. Jim Hellman.
Good morning. Before I have you is permission to advertise for the culvert replacement project. To give you a little backstory, this is the Sly Run. It kind of separates Promenade Woods from kind of any kind of connectivity. So this culvert will be extending and allow a trail so that they'll actually have connection. So the last piece of the trail will be included with this. Also, a few years back, we had emergency repair on the existing corrugated pipe. So we're replacing this with reinforced concrete pipe, so it kind of hits both of those items. So it's probably starting in August. There'll be a 42-day closure of Mill Creek Road, and we'll come back with that item when we get more of a hard date, but I request your permission to advertise bids.
42-day closure.
Good one.
Yes.
I move for approval to advertise for bids for the Mill Creek Road over Sly Run Culvert Replacement Project.
48.
Whoa, that's a whole different story.
Misread two numbers here. Just wanted to clarify that as you.
Okay. I like 28 better.
We've had a couple bids where we've tried to do the 28 days, and we've had contractors say that's too tight, and so they've actually not submitted a bid, or they submit a bid where the price of any penalties are included.
And we're oversizing this thing.
So the replacement structure is actually larger than the existing structure. So we did a whole lot of modeling on this. We would have to be going to like a 40-plus foot span, and we would still have downstream issues. So we could make this bridge as wide and as open as we want. There are downstream restrictions that are actually causing most of the width of the floodplain. So there is a chance for there's a potential for the chance for overtopping. But like I've been checking with Patty and her teams, we don't have record of this one overtopping anymore just because there's been so much development and detention ponds to help it. It was kind of an economic thing because there's the driveway downstream is 5-foot diameter. This one is 8-foot diameter, 7-foot diameter. So there's a lot of impediments in the stream downstream that would need to be addressed to really improve the efficiency. Yeah.
Okay.
So we were trying to find the balance.
Yeah.
And the other one is that we have a property owner who can like look out their window and they're gonna see this size culvert, now they're gonna see a bigger one, so we did a whole lot of modeling just to make sure that we were not creating an issue. I mean, it's all floodplain, but when you lose the access to your yard on a 2-inch storm that didn't happen before, I mean, that's what there. So this is kind of the balance of black and white tables versus real world, and be able to answer questions and protect people's property usage.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't ever remember that road flooding.
It used to overtop maybe a couple times a year, but I don't know, it's been quite a while. There's been a lot of development that's really helped it out, so that's one of the things that helped made us more comfortable with that as well.
Good. That culvert we did the emergency repair on before was a wood structure, wasn't it?
This one, the end of it, just because there was so much storm, flipped the end of the culvert straight vertical. So we basically redid the end section and put giant counterweights on it to hold it down. We've not had an issue.
Was it hydrostatic pressure?
Yeah, just the storm just coming through it, and like when the metal doesn't have a whole lot of shrink, so if it's got enough hydraulic pressure on it,
It's called a water feature. You have a fountain that makes their property values higher.
I'll let you explain that to him.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Any questions?
I already made a motion.
That's a sign. Any further discussion?
Second.
No. I'll make a motion to consider permission to advertise for bids for the Mill Creek.
Lori already did.
Oh, I didn't hear her make the motion.
John second.
Okay, finally, we got a second. Jeez. Motion a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there any other business in front of the board? Seeing none, we are adjourned. Thank you for attending.
Second.
You're being smart.